Hillary Clinton has spent her whole life standing up to bullies like Donald Trump. She has been on the receiving end of one attack after another for 25 years now. And I'll tell you, she ain't backing down. She doesn't whimper. She doesn't whine. She doesn't go to Twitter at 3 in the morning to call people fat or loser. No. Hillary just remembers.
That was Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren moments ago campaigning for Hillary Clinton in Reno, Nevada. Battleground Nevada is tonight's campaign war room. The Clinton campaign is hoping early voting will mean a win in Nevada. Early voting has been underway there for 11 days. Nearly half of the state's voters have already cast their ballots, and 2/3 are expected to vote in Nevada before Election Day. With 5 days left to the presidential campaign war rooms, joining us tonight on The Last Word War Room, Jon Ralston, host of Ralston Live on PBS in Nevada and a contributing editor to Politico magazine and MSNBC contributor. Jon, how does it look in Nevada tonight?
Well, the Democrats are doing very well here in early voting and absentee ballots so far, Lawrence. They have about a 50,000 ballot lead. That's going into today in Clark County, which is the big Democratic county. That's Las Vegas. They're building towards what will probably be a 65 or 70,000 vote lead if the pattern holds. It's mirroring 2012 very closely. In 2012, Barack Obama ended up winning the state by 7 points. I don't think Hillary Clinton's going to quite get there, but if these numbers hold and there aren't some really strange anomalies in the last 3 days, she's probably got a pretty solid lead here, Lawrence.
Well, speaking of strange, there's a CNN poll out that shows they believe Clark County is going for Trump by 1 point. They have it at 46-45, and they have the state of Nevada going for Trump by about 6 points. But the Clark County thing doesn't make much sense inside that poll based on what you just said about that early voting.
Well, if that's true, then Sean Hannity's going to win a Peabody Award, too, Lawrence. There's just no chance that Donald Trump is ahead by 1 point in a county that has 142,000 more Democrats than Republicans. And I'll tell you, if by some chance that is true, and it goes against every piece of data, private data that I've been privy to, Lawrence, then we're going to better start calling him President Trump now, because something strange is going on.
Let's listen to Elizabeth Warren tonight talking about Joe Hex and Donald Trump. Joe Hex is the Republican candidate for Senate. Elizabeth Warren's appearing for Hillary Clinton and for Catherine Cortez Masto, who's the Democratic Senate candidate out there. Let's listen to Elizabeth Warren.
I have had it. I have had it with the Donald Trumps and Joe Hex of the world. Donald Trump is now the leader of the Republican Party. Own that one, baby. There's none of this, I'm with him, I'm not, I'm with him, I'm not. No, they got to own this.
How does the Senate race look, John?
Well, this is a real toss-up race, Lawrence. It has been for a long time. That CNN poll that you mentioned showed Heck up by a couple of points. I've heard conflicting reports. It's within the margin of error. I think both campaigns agree. But, again, what I understand is in the early voting, with the Democrats having a fairly sizable lead in Clark County, I don't think Heck is getting much separation from Trump. His congressional district is around Las Vegas, so they expect him to do better here. But he has done all kinds of incredible contortions about Trump in the last few weeks, including just yesterday, weeks after he said he wanted nothing to do with Trump. He wanted him to step down from the ticket. He said yesterday in an interview first that he wasn't sure who he was going to vote for, and then had to put out a clarifying statement that clarified nothing. Now, how much has that hurt him with the base? His campaign, of course, says marginally, but it doesn't have to hurt him that much in that race for him to lose. So I think that race is going to be very, very close. But if the Democrats do well in early voting in the last 3 days, Lawrence, as you pointed out, most of the votes are going to be cast before Election Day. I think it means Joe Hex is going to have a very big November 8th to pull that out.
John, what about voter turnout operations on Election Day? Which party has the advantage there?
Well, you know, it's interesting because the Democrats always do well in early voting for all the obvious reasons, especially here with the culinary union being able to bus workers, and they have a lot more on the ground during early voting. They expect to lose Election Day. The question is by how much. Now, the Trump organization here, Trump organization is an oxymoron. There's nothing here. They don't have anything on the ground. The RNC has brought in a bunch of people, and there's some stuff that's grown up organically out of some local Republican groups. But compared to the machine that Harry Reid has built here since 2004, there's no comparison, Lawrence. So the Democrats actually surprised themselves and won Election Day in 2012. If they do that this year, it's big trouble up and down the ticket for the Republicans.
Jon Ralston, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.